Okay, so आज का मेरा टॉपिक है. Today's topic is, if you remember, Shabana ji, we started last time, जब मैंने last session लिया था, it was on trust only, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So वो trust को in fact हमने एक concept में हमने बताया था कि what is trust, what it is all about, how does it affect the relationships and all this stuff. आज मैं थोड़ा specific हो रहा हूँ, since we have spoken about the trust in my earlier sessions, so I would like to go in little detail about trust in relationships, especially with couples. Right. So my focus would be, I thought it would be good idea to talk to people for this, because a lot of people I feel when I observe in society and overall in anybody's near and dear and all these things, most of the people are these days seems little unsatisfied or maybe confused about the relationship. And our younger generation is also what do you call, maybe they are having difficult time in dealing with their relationships, isn't it? So I don't know how much you have observed, but I've been observing this for quite some time. Am I right, Shabana ji, Vasant ji?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So my intention today, those who are watching in our social media, especially on YouTube, would this message I would like to give it to them, that please go through these videos and whatever we've been talking, just give lot of attentions, lot of nitty-gritties you can find out, and improve your relationship if we go ahead and implement certain things in our daily life. So my topic would be concised, and it will be on trust in relationships. Okay, so it's a very, very important part, right? So let's go ahead, let's move forward, and I'll share my screen right away. Okay. All right. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So today's topic is trust in relationships, right? As this image suggests, that as a couple, we need to have trust in between us. The couple should have trust between them, so that they can hold each other in what do you call, difficult times, happy times, or whatever times, challenging times, whatever times they face, all right, in life. All right. Okay. Now, in a relationship, trust is more important than love, right? Because प्यार भी तभी आगे बढ़ता है रिलेशनशिप में जब आपके पास आप ट्रस्ट करते हो एक दूसरे को, राइट? सो इन ए रिलेशनशिप, ट्रस्ट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन लव. इट विल एनहांस योर लव. ऑफ कोर्स ट्रस्ट इज द basis of, or the basic thing, or the basis of the love. All right, so this is how it is. Now let's go forward. What is trust? We touched upon last time what is trust. थोड़ा सा इसको और देखते हैं, so that it will be थोड़ा सा हमारा, हम will go back and we'll talk about what is trust. Trust होता क्या है, right? So let's say the relationship between trust and love is very close one. The thin line is there's a very, very thin line, in fact, between trust and love. But as I shared with you, that a trust is the basic thing, and you can build on love basis on your trust level, right? So the relationship between trust and love is a very, very closed one. And trust means trusting yourself. And I talked about last time also कि when you trust yourself, you'll be able to trust others also. अगर आप अपने पे ही विश्वास नहीं करते हो, अपने जजमेंट्स पे ही विश्वास नहीं करते हो, तो आप दूसरों को भी ट्रस्ट नहीं कर पाओगे अपनी लाइफ में, और आपके एडल्टहुड में ये दिक्कत आएगी, right? So that trust means trusting yourself, your own judgments, and trusting others. Trusting others will come when you trust yourself, right? The people, so first of all, they should start learning to trust themselves, right? That's a basic thing, right? And trust is the foundation for any relationship. Any relationship. Without it, the relationship will be shaky, and it will be eventually it will be falling, right? So as I've been emphasizing on this trust issues, what is the trust, and how does it play a very important role in our life? Trust is the foundation of any relationship, right? So abhi main usko thoda specific aur kar dunga. And without it, the relationship will be shaky and will eventually fall. And lack of trust is the main reason the relationship fall apart, right? I don't have the data right now, but the kind of divorce ratio is being increased, right? Especially in India, we have been observing, and the research also suggests that the main reason for divorce is what? Because people are not able to have trust on each other, right? And that is how the relationship is falling. Okay, now, but why it is happening? Why there's a lack of trust? Why there's so much hue and cry in maintaining our relationship? हम अपने अच्छे relationships क्यों नहीं बना पाते हैं? या इतनी problems हम क्यों जो है हम अपने देखते हैं society पे, अपनी family में couples के साथ जो है newly married couples जो हैं वो बहुत जल्दी आज की डेट में शादियां इतनी टूट रही हैं, क्यों टूट रही हैं, right? But why? Because if you don't have trust, it means you won't feel secure that your partner will love you and he or she will be loyal to you, right? That is the main thing. That is the main thing. And after all, trust means you can rely on your partner. You can confide in them and feel safe with them. That's all about. No, that's all you want in a relationship to begin with, right? ये तो basic चीजें हैं ना. जैसे आपको अपने जीवन चलाने में खाना खाने की जरूरत पड़ती है सरवाइव करने के लिए, उसी तरह से रिलेशनशिप को चलाने में ट्रस्ट की जरूरत पड़ती है, राइट? सो इफ अगर आप लोगों और कपल्स के बीच में अगर ट्रस्ट ही नहीं है, तो हम आपस में बात नहीं कर पाएंगे, कपल्स आपस में बात नहीं कर पाएंगे, एंड अल्टीमेटली विल नॉट फील सेफ, विल नॉट फील सिक्योर, राइट? सो दैट्स हाउ the trust plays a very, very important role, and in times to come in this session we'll see how it goes, and then accordingly we'll take it further. All right, so this is a basic thing. Now, lacking trust in your relationship, now, do you ever get a feeling that something isn't right in your relationship, right? ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा चल रहा होता है, कई बारी हम रियलाइज नहीं करते, कई बारी बहुत सारी चीजें इकट्ठी चल रही होती हैं, वी डोंट इवन अंडरस्टैंड द व्हाई इट इज हैपनिंग विद मी, व्हाई आवर रिलेशनशिप, राइट? और समथिंग और द थिंग्स कीप्स ऑन कमिंग, समथिंग, कुछ आर्गुमेंट चलता है, उसी को लेके जो है एक बहुत बड़ी बात बन जाती है, राइट? वी डोंट नो व्हाई एंड हाउ इट इज हैपनिंग, राइट? बट बिकॉज maybe you are lacking trust in your relationship, right? It may be one of the reason, or maybe the prime reason, we don't know, right? But it will depend on case to case basis. But yes, so something is not right somewhere in your relationship, that might be lacking trust in your relationship, right? Now, you may not have trust in your partner if there are certain things. You may not have trust in your partner if, number one, if you feel like you cannot let your guard down in front of your partner, आप कुछ बात नहीं कर सकते, आप अपनी you cannot be vulnerable in front of your partner, अगर आप अपने खुल के बात नहीं कर सकते या अपनी insecurities नहीं share कर सकते, if you cannot let your guard down, that's the mean. So आप, इसका मतलब आपके साथ जो है trust का issue है. You may not have trust, right, on your partner, right? It'll depend, it'll be applicable to both male and female both, right? So you feel like you cannot let your guard down in front of your partner, and then you feel like it is the best to take control and do everything yourself, because you are not being able to trust your partner. So you start taking control in the relationship, and you start doing everything yourself, right? And somewhere or the other, you start controlling the things, right? So, and you secretly watch their social media activity. It does happen, very common, right? If I don't trust you, if I don't trust you, then no, there is something keeps on happening in our mind, right? और वही सारी इनसिक्योरिटी, वही सारी चीजें जो है वो लेके जाती हैं, तो कि आप नो वी ट्राई एंड सीक्रेटली वॉचिंग कि ये क्या कर रहे हैं, ये क्या कर रही हैं, राइट? So secretly watch their social media activity, right? Even I'll go to the extent of saying that people should what they do, that they WhatsApp and ये जो है क्या कहते हैं, आप चेक करते हो एक दूसरे का, और सारी इसने क्यों मैसेज भेजा, ऐसे क्यों भेजा, ये सारी चीजें, राइट? यू कैन वेरी वेल अंडरस्टैंड what I'm trying to say, right? So you secretly watch their social media activity, and then you are suspicious all the time, or most of the time, right? When he or she receives a text, these are all observations. These are all observations. You're suspicious when he or she receives the text, and अंदर से आपको लगा रहता है पता नहीं किसने मैसेज भेजा उनको, and all this stuff. How does he react? How does she react? Right? वो किससे मिलने जाते हैं? Something like that. Always suspicious. Right? You imagine the worst when he or she doesn't answer his phone or her phone. Right? So you are always in doubt, always in suspicion. So your mind is playing game with you, right? And you are in fact having you don't have trust in your partner. If these things are happening with somebody, right, that means there is a trust issue already started creeping in, right? Or you struggle to ask what you want. There is no trust. So maybe you are not able to speak, or you are not able to convey your emotions or feelings, right? And you are struggling to ask what you want, and you don't ask, so you don't get, right? And you start struggling with your emotions, and trust issues become stronger, right? So you may not have trust if these are the situations, right? And can a relationship work without trust? No. Without trust, it is difficult for your relationship to grow. Worse still, your relationship may feel chaotic, unpredictable, and full of drama, which you can imagine, right? So trust, as I said, that it is very, very important, and it is the basis of your relationship. In fact, without trust, you cannot build on your relationship. Even the love will also enhance when you have the trust, right? So lacking trust in the relationship is like that. Okay, so whatever interaction, if you want to do, you can do, and you want whatever questions you want to ask, you can ask in between. There's no issue as I go along. Okay, but what are the things? What are the factors? What are the things जिससे कि ये lack of trust आता है? Reasons for the issue कि हम ये trust issues क्यों आते हैं हमारे साथ, क्या कारण हो सकते हैं? There are a lot of multiple reasons. There must be multiple reasons, and if I can share with you some of the reasons where can be कि जिससे trust issues हमारी life में आते हैं, right? So first we could find was childhood trauma, right? Because चाइल्डहुड ट्रॉमा मीन्स कहीं हो सकता है कि आपके चाइल्डहुड में कहीं वो चीज हुई है जिसकी वजह से वो चीज आप कैरी कर रहे हो. मे बी आपको कुछ ऐसा हुआ है, मे बी यू हैव नॉट बीन, योर childhood has not been normal, in the sense that you may not have been nurtured accordingly. Maybe your caregivers were not in a position to maybe upbringing में कहीं ना कहीं कोई ऐसा issue आया है, तो कहीं ना कहीं कोई ट्रॉमा है, कहीं कोई लिमिटिंग बिलीफ है आपने जो उसको कैरी किया है, और वो आपके आगे जाके रिलेशन में, आपके मैरिड लाइफ में आपको प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रहा है. सो यू नीड टू बी अवेयर. अगर हमको इन सब चीजों को ठीक करना है, right, you need to be aware, you need to go back to your maybe experiences, right? So childhood trauma is one of the major factor which we could find out, which could lead to the trust factor in your married life, right, or in relationship, whatever you call it. Okay, and there is the abandonment issues. हमेशा ये वाले इश्यूज रहे आपके साथ. You feel insecure, there is a lack of boundaries, your boundaries are not clear between couples, right? And it is taking you for what do you call, not having trust on your partner. Okay, so there are abandonment issues, उस पे हम अलग से sessions पे बात कर सकते हैं, but there can be issues which can be related to your trust issues also. Okay, now mismatched values. Couples के values ही mismatched हैं, right? एक basic principles और values तो match होने चाहिए, right? Of course, it will take time, but fundamental values and principles should be matched between couples, right? Otherwise, what will happen? I will go east, you will go north, right? So basic understanding of principles and values should be matched. But what happens that most of the time or some of the times values are not matched, so alignment nahi hai, so wo dikkat trust ki आएगी, right? Then attachment style. आपका अपब्रिंगिंग कैसे हुआ है चाइल्डहुड में, एज आई वाज टॉकिंग टू यू. अटैचमेंट स्टाइल क्या है? क्या आपके पेरेंट्स अवेलेबल थे जब आप बड़े हो रहे थे, या आपका कहीं इमोशनल जो है कहीं इमोशनली आपके पेरेंट्स अवेलेबल नहीं थे? तो वॉट एवर ऑल दीज थिंग्स नो यू जो वो इमोशनली अवेलेबल नहीं थे, तो कहीं ना कहीं इनसिक्योरिटी आपके चाइल्डहुड में आई होगी और वही कैरी ऑन होती रही है. तो वो बिलीफ स्ट्रांग होता गया, वो ट्रस्ट आप नहीं कर पा रहे थे, उस टाइम भी नहीं कर पा रहे थे, सो वो धीरे धीरे वो स्ट्रांग होता गया. तो दीज आर द इश्यूज which comes and which gets stronger over the period of time, and it creates havoc in our relationship, right? Now unmet needs. Unmet needs में infidelity भी है, and now you start doubting people. May not be, he or she may not be a serial cheater, but most of the time, as I said, the suspicion, doubt, and all these things starts creeping in when the needs are not met. Needs are not met, including intimacy, right? So when intimacy needs are also not met, there people start looking out for different maybe options, and now it will have effect on your relationship, of course. And then unrealistic expectations. एक दूसरे से expect करना, वैसी चीजें expect करना जो unrealistic है, right? If you are having, and it will ultimately lead you to lack of trust among your partners or between your partners, right? So unrealistic expectations. And then toxic relationship. You are not able to एक दूसरे को सहन नहीं कर सकते. We are running out of the patience, right? So relationship becomes toxic. I say something, you say something, or he says something, she says something, right? And then the relationship becomes toxic. And once you start, your conversations start getting into a different dimensions altogether, where you are not able to have patience with each other. The relationship starts becoming toxic, right? Facing social rejection. If you have experienced or is experiencing social rejection, that is also a major cause of lack of trust on your partner. And then parental problems. Means when you were जब आप बड़े हो रहे थे, एडल्टहुड में आ रहे थे, या वो सारी चीजें जो आप एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे थे उस टाइम जब आप चाइल्डहुड से लेके अभी तक जो है वो बिलीफ्स जो है आपके अभी तक चलते आए, लिमिटिंग बिलीफ्स चलते आए, तो आपके पेरेंट्स की कैसे रिलेशनशिप थे, राइट? यू मस्ट बीन ऑब्जर्विंग those things as a child, right? और अगर आपका एक हैप्पी रिलेशनशिप आपने देखा है आपके पेरेंट्स के साथ, राइट, या पेरेंट्स का एक दूसरे के साथ, right? So your most likely you are having reasons for that. If you're a happy childhood, you have seen happy parents, right? Your ultimate relationship in your life will also be happy, right? This has been researched and seen most of the times. Now, lack of validation. हमारी relationship में appreciation नहीं होता है, Now, if I do something, I don't get any appreciation from my partner, right? And I don't get validation, so I feel bad, right? And if you feel bad, you feel you feel something is missing in your relationship, and ultimately you are not being able to trust your partner. आपको ये लगेगा, या the other party, he or she, anybody, if validation की कमी होगी, appreciation की कमी होगी, they will not come forth. एक दूसरे से बात नहीं करेंगे, एक अगर कुछ करना भी होगा तो वो नहीं करेंगे, and is the trust issue will become stronger. Now increased complacency or neglect, एकदम से complacency हो गई और एक दूसरे को हमने neglect करना शुरू कर दिया because of certain things, जैसे मैंने ऊपर के reasons बताए हैं, right? And then you start getting lack of trust. A need for control in a relationship. If somebody, either he or she, starts getting control, की मैंने बात अभी करी थी, starts getting control of the relationship, right? I am not being able to, अगर मैं अपनी बात put across नहीं कर पा रहा हूं और अगर वो अपनी बात नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं आप एक रिलेशनशिप को अपनी तरफ खींच रहे हो कि you will be controlling the conversation, right? Or he will be controlling the conversation, or she will be controlling the conversation. There's a lot of confusion around, and there are a lot of control issues will come up, and ultimately you will not have trust in your partner, and ultimately the relationship will fail, right? And scared of getting hurt. Most of the time what we do is that we don't take up issues, we don't take up certain things, we are on panic mode, paranoid mode में आ जाते हैं हम, because we do certain actions because of that panic mode, because we are somewhere insecure inside and we are scared of getting hurt, that we will be no, ultimately मुझे ही hurt होना है, so let's avoid. You start avoiding things which you want to take up in your life between couples, right? So बात नहीं होती आपस में, and then you start feeling disconnected, and slowly the relationship start getting distorted, right? Then unreliable behavior. I'm not sure that how he or she will respond in the relationship, right? There may be some mood swings somewhere, right? कि इनका तो ऐसा ही है, right? या इसका तो ऐसा ही है, whatever. So I cannot rely on the behavior, so I am not confident on my partner, how does he or she will behave, and it'll have effect on my trust issues, on my trust on you, or trust on each other, right? And jealousy. Out of jealousy also there are a lot of trust issues comes, because I am operating in certain out of certain thinking, right? मैं अंदर से jealous हूं अपने partner के लिए ही, right? I'm not happy for him, right? If somebody is, let's say, couple, if the wife is earning more, so why you are jealous, right? I'm straight away coming to that. बहुत हमारे इंडिया में तो बहुत सारी चीजें इस तरह से देखी जाती हैं. Why you are jealous from inside, and then it's taking your relationship in a different direction altogether because of that, isn't it? So there are certain things which we observed, and which we could find that these are the reasons, these could be the reasons for जिससे कि लोगों को trust issues आते हैं, right? Now why it is important, why trust is important in the relationship. Now, why is very, very important to this is, let us understand this. There are 5 reasons why trust is important in relationships. So let us understand those reasons one by one. And if you feel that it is important for you also to identify these reasons, and कहीं आप correlate कर रहे हो, तो आप उसको उस हिसाब से अपनी life में corrective actions ले सकते हो. Now, trust gives reassurance. अगर आपको एक दूसरे पे trust है, तो you are reassured. Most of the time you are confident, you are reassuring each other, and your relationship becomes stronger. Trust gives reassurance, because when you trust that partner, that you trust that your partner loves you with no matter what, then you have the reassurance in your relationship will survive even if you have fights, even you have arguments, even you have certain bad days, right? You know your relationship is more robust than a disagreement. A disagreement agar hua bhi hai to bhi koi baat nahi hai, because I know from inside that I trust that person, right? So our ye arguments to hoga hi, because no person will think alike, right? Or a relationship mein jab aap ho, to in any case there is bound to have fights, they're bound to have arguments, they're bound to have disagreements. But when you have a trust, then trust gives you reassurance. Whatever will happen, we will remain one. So ठीक है, फाइट हुई, उसको कोर्स करेक्शन किया, आगे बढ़े, मूव ऑन कर लिया, क्योंकि हमारे हमारे ट्रस्ट जो है, ट्रस्ट लेवल ऑफ ट्रस्ट है वो स्ट्रांग है, राइट? सो ट्रस्ट गिव्स यू रीएश्योरेंस. And then trust helps to heal hurts. We will often see that we get hurt, right? In a relationship. उसने कुछ कह दिया, आपने कुछ कह दिया. But trust helps to heal hurts. When you get hurt in your relationship from a misunderstanding, whatever, different expectations or unmet needs की मैंने बात की थी. Trust enables you to heal and forgive. You give you practice forgiveness. आप बहुत जल्दी उसको forgive करने की मोड में आ जाते हो, right? So when you hurt in a relationship, any misunderstanding, any misconduct, maybe, right, different expectations comes together, right? But if the trust is strong, trust enables you to heal and forgive. And the third is, you cannot love without trust. As in the beginning of the session only I said that the trust will enhance your love factor, right? So you cannot build love, you cannot enhance your love factor without having trust. So अगर आपको अपने प्यार को बढ़ाना है, कपल को प्यार को बढ़ाना है, तो आपको ट्रस्ट पे काम करना ही होगा, right? You are bound to work on your trust levels, right? And it is not for younger generation, it is for everybody, our older generation also, right? It applies to everyone, right? So you cannot love without trust. Trust is the foundation of your relationship and the key to love, as I said. When you trust your partner, then you feel secure, your insecurities will go away, your level of trust is enhanced, and they won't leave in difficult times, right? This is the key for love to build and grow, right? So trust is the basis of your love as well. So number 4, trust helps overcome obstacles. Now, when you trust your partner, you know you are their priority, right? They have your best interest at heart. So when differences or challenges may occur in your relationship, you know that you can overcome the problem together, right? हम कोई भी challenge आएगा, because their challenges are bound to happen, their challenges are bound to come, right, in your life, right? You must accept it, but your trust level, stronger trust level, जिनकी आपस में understanding अच्छी है, trust level अच्छा है, trust helps overcome obstacles, because I know that you are for me, right? You will help me emotionally, physically, whatever, right? I can I can trust on you, right? We call it, I can trust on you. So trust helps overcome obstacles, and trust helps you give your partner room. अपनी space वो create करता है, और आप you can जहाँ पे आप जो है वो उस space पे, अपने space पे काम कर सकते हो. When you trust your partner, you don't feel insecure. You are secure, right? Your emotions are more stronger about giving him time or giving her time or space to do its own thing, without interfering, right? And because we are confident, we have trust on each other, and trust level हमारा अच्छा है, so we are not interfering in each other's given spaces, right? Right. So you are not suspicious, as I mentioned earlier about the suspicion and doubt in relationships, right? So you're not suspicious about what or who he or she spends time with. I'm not concerned, because I have total confidence and total trust on him or her, right? So trust, ये सारी चीजें ये जो है, this is why the trust is important in a relationship. Otherwise your life will be unmanageable, right? So this is why the trust is important. And now, as I said, what does trust look like in a relationship? पहले इसको समझते हैं. अभी तक whatever I am sharing right now makes sense? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now, let's say, here are some signs that you have trust in your relationship. Let's look at those signs that अभी मैंने वो signs आपको बताए थे initially कि अगर ये 4-5 signs अगर आपको दिखते हैं, so you can have trust issues. There are some signs that you have trust in your relationship. That's also important. Now, open conversations. अगर आपको अपने partner पे trust है, right? So आपकी conversations most of the time will be, you will be opening in terms of your conversation. You both are willing to let your guard down, as I said initially, right? अपनी insecurities जो हैं वो आप हटा सकते हो. Open conversations होती हैं. So you are both willing to let your guard down and share your secrets and fears, right? And then you are each other priority. आप एक दूसरे की priority हो, right? No third person is the priority. You both put each other's needs and interest first. उसके बाद कुछ. So you both show care and consideration for each other or with each other, right? So your conversations are open. You are each other's priority, and then you maintain eye contact. Agar aap dekho, if you have a strong connect, on based on the trust level you have with your partner, you can look into their eyes, her or his eyes. If you can look into each other's eyes while talking, it shows that you both have nothing to hide, right? अगर किसी ने कोई चीज छुपानी होगी तो वो सामने फेस नहीं आपसे आई कांटेक्ट मेंटेन नहीं कर पाएगा, right? Isn't it very practical observations, isn't it? Maintain eye contact and then listen actively. If you both listen intently, आपका intention है एक दूसरे को help करना, एक दूसरे की problem को समझना, उसको solve करना. If you both listen intently, then it shows love, care and respect. True? So listening is also very important in relationship. Now, physical intimacy is one of the bases. It is the little thing, not sex, that shows how strong the bond is. A gentle kiss, holding hands or hugging, right? So physical intimacy is also a good sign of that you are having trust on your partner. Now, admitting mistakes. गलती होती है, हो सकती है, right? So you are both honest about mistake, लेकिन उसको accept करना relationship में, वो mistakes को accept करना, and then don't cover them up with excuses or explanations. आपसे गलती हुई, right? Any side, he or she, whatever, right? आपने उसको accept किया, उसको honestly accept किया, and you are not covering up with all excuses कि ये इसलिए हो गया क्योंकि ऐसा था, वैसा था, whatever. So with excuses or explanation को आप अवॉइड करते हो और आप यू आर बीइंग ऑनेस्ट, वेरी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट योर मिस्टेक्स. हाँ, मिस्टेक्स हो गई, राइट? एंड मिंगल विद फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स. इफ यू आर एबल टू मिंगल विद एज अ मेल, अगर मैं अपनी वाइफ या मेरे जो भी है मेरा पार्टनर, राइट, मैं उसकी फैमिली के साथ अच्छे से मिंगल कर लेता हूँ. इफ वी बोथ एंजॉय मिंगलिंग विद ईच अदर्स फैमिली मेंबर्स, राइट, दैट्स अ साइन दैट यू आर हैविंग strong trust in your relationship, right? That shows you both have good intentions, right? And it matters a lot. Now, comfortable and confident. If you are both, if you are authentic selves, अपने authentic selves में हो around each other, then it shows that you trust each other, right? कोई artificiality नहीं है, कोई बनावट नहीं है, right? So if you both feel about your authentic selves around each other when you are in company with each other, it shows that you trust each other. And effectively resolve conflicts. You understand the conflicts, कि conflicts यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं. You sit down, you talk with each other, कि why these conflicts are coming. Conflicts are bound to come, right? Let us accept that. Let us accept those fights. Let us accept those disagreements, and in a healthy way, let's have that discussion, and then sort out the things one by one. And if when you're doing this, that shows that your trust on your partner is strong, right? So these are the some signs that you have trust in your relationship. And if you have these signs or whatever you call it, right, in your relationship, then you made it, right? There is your bond is stronger, your trust level is strong, and you're doing well, right? So these are the certain things. Now, why trust matters the most in marriage? Why? अभी तक मैंने जो बात करी है उसी का थोड़ा सा समराइज करेंगे, फिर आगे चलेंगे. Then I'll give you some keys to build trust or remain in that remain in that situation where you can build trust, right? Why trust matters in marriage? Why? Anybody can अभी तक मैंने जो बात की कुछ शेयर करना चाहते हो आप? Anything? Why trust is इसी का अभी whatever we have talked, right? Any sharing, any thought coming in your mind, any point coming in your mind which you like to share? Anyone can unmute.
Hey,
Yeah.
good morning.
Good morning.
Sandeep. Yeah. So, trust is important because of when you have a partner, you have to trust in, you have to be honest.
Right.
And I like people who are honest.
Right.
Like, let's say if I have a friend, I am still single and I'm looking for the right. I have friends, but I'm looking for the right partner. After pageantry, right? So what would I look for a man is honesty.
Right.
Honesty, credibility, and compassion.
Right.
So why trust matters in most in the marriage or any relationship is because when you are committed to the person, like for example a worker or something,
right,
like for example caregivers or something, I because I have a caregiver who trusts me a lot, who trusts in my family a lot, and I have one new one who doesn't cooperate for what I say, but it's very very important that if the person continuously doesn't obey and caregiver, then the person should just keep silent. And we that's why trust matters most in marriage is honesty, credibility,
right,
and honesty, credibility, and also commitment. Wise trust is important for the commitment.
Absolutely.
In not only in marriage but any relationship.
Yes.
Any relationship.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely true. And since we're talking about here the relationship with couple more, whatever you said is absolutely right, Rajvin. Thanks for sharing that. And let us understand a little more why trust matters the most in the marriages. As I've been talking about trust for quite some time. Now, what does it, how does it matter? Just 1 minute. Yeah. Trust provides the comfort in a relationship where two people can learn to count on each other, right? Now, if I am in relationship, I should be comfortable enough that I should be having trust enough trust that I could count on my partner, isn't it? So whatever comes, I will count on my partner and vice versa. The trust provides that comfort in a relationship where two people can learn to count on each other. Now, trust is a valuable asset in every relationship, as Rajun also shared right now. Trust is valuable asset in every relationship. It is the cornerstone that shapes an individual ability to engage in a happy relationship, right? So it's really an asset. And people develop the ability to trust in relationship based on their experiences they have, right? And throughout their lifespan. जैसे मैंने बताया कि whatever you've been experiencing as a child, and those beliefs, those things, those observations, and those no, you have been taking it along in your lifespan, and you've been behaving accordingly in your relationship also, right? Beginning in infancy, right? तो वो सारी चीजें जो हैं वो ट्रस्ट फैक्टर को आइदर स्ट्रॉन्ग करती हैं या वीक करती हैं कि आपका जो वो बिलीव्स कैसे हैं, वो ऑब्जर्वेशंस कैसी हैं शुरू से लेके अभी तक, राइट? सो thus trust can be a thought of a process. Trust can be thought of as a process. इसको build किया जा सकता है, right? It's a process. So let us understand what are those keys. What are those keys जिसे हम अपना level of trust बढ़ा सकते हैं, अपने relationship को और strong कर सकते हैं, right? So thus trust can be thought of as a process, as I said. But trust may be presented in a strength-based way by discussing 4-5 ways necessary for both the partner for creating and building on trust, right? अब वो keys कौन सी है, right? Trust, as I said, trust may be presented in a strength-based way. उस कौन सी चीज को हमने अपने रिलेशनशिप में स्ट्रेंथ बना के अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पे काम करना है, राइट? कौन सी उससे चाहे ताकि वो जो लेवल ऑफ ट्रस्ट है आपका और स्ट्रांग हो जाए, बाय डिस्कसिंग दोस 5 थिंग्स, 5 एलिमेंट्स, राइट, which is necessary to create and build on trust. Now, can somebody say trust? What are the spelling of trust? T-R-U-S-T, right? So what T-R-U-S-T? These are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So which comes first? Which letter comes first? Trust for T, right? So first of all, your key is T. Number one key for building trust in your relationship is T. T is what? T for? So let us understand this. Trust is something that needs to be developed and nurtured in any relationship, including marriage, as is absolutely clear, right? Till now, there is no confusion in this, right? Now, couple needs to understand that both spouses have a role in creating trusting relationship, right? So male and female both are having equal responsibility to maintain or to create or build trusting relationship, right? That's their prime, I'll call it a duty, I'll call it whatever you want to call it, right? Now, T, the first thing is, T का trust का पहला क्या है? T है. The first key is your time. You need to invest time in each other, right? The first key is time. So you have to give time to each other. जब तक आप टाइम नहीं एक दूसरे को दोगे, उस रिलेशनशिप को टाइम नहीं दोगे, तब तक आपका ट्रस्ट फैक्टर जो है या ट्रस्ट लेवल है वो स्ट्रांग नहीं होगा. Now, healthy relationships and healthy marriages require time to learn each other's likes, dislikes, hobbies, interest, right? आपको क्या अच्छा लगता है, क्या अच्छा नहीं लगता है, right? आपके कौन से hot button issues हैं, right? कौन सा फेवरेट टॉपिक है, क्या आपके लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं, एंड क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं. सो यू नीड टू स्पेंड टाइम विद ईच अदर, right? Unless and until you don't spend time with each other, you'll not be able to find out कि मुझे क्या अच्छा लगता है, उसको क्या अच्छा लगता है. So आपको टाइम देना पड़ेगा if you want to maintain or you want to create that kind of a relationship, a stronger bond अगर आपको create करना है relationship में, then you need to spend time with each other. There's no denying of the fact, right? So number one key is, first key is time. Now, trust between couple is built by investing time in each other, as I said, right? Individuals relax when time spent together is respectful and honoring, right? When we're spending time with each other, you're giving honor, you are giving respect also, you are listening also, you are conveying also. The communication is happening in 2 ways, right? Not one way. right? So both way communication is happening. You are spending time, you are counting on each other, your relationship is start building stronger, right? So individual relax when time spent together is respectful and honoring, maximize and fulfilling and rewarding. Even when challenging, अगर वो challenging भी है लेकिन वो rewarding होगा, right? Consequently, trust matters as a tool to help construct a healthy relationship, right? So first is what? Your first key is time. T for time, right? The first key is time. Remember that. The first key is time to build stronger trust factors, right? Second thing, even couple who have been together for a long time. So I was talking a while ago that it will apply to all couples, older couples also, right? So even couples who have been together for a long time, जिसकी 25 साल की 50 साल की marriage हो गई है, right? But they must contribute, they must invest time in their relationship, right? To nurture and trust in the in a relationship. Okay. Now let's see what is the second key. Second key is R, right? R is what? The second key is reliability. Reliability. First key was what? Time. The second key is reliability. Now reliability is important because of each person's need to have someone they can safely count on, right? Reliability is important because of each person's need to have someone they can safely count on. Now, as a couple grow together, spouses take a specific role and responsibility in the relationship or family, isn't it? जैसे जैसे हमारा relationship बढ़ता जाता है, right? No, spouses take a specific role, isn't it? वो automatically हो जाता है most of the times, right? So a specific role हम ले लेते हैं family में और relationship में. And the ability to rely on each other to effectively manage a family or marriage together is essential to ascertain trust or sustain trust, right? I am able to effectively manage my family or marriage because I'm just saying that, right? That I am able to count on the other person, on my partner, right? I feel that he or she is reliable, right? The second key is reliability. Now, reliability builds an abiding trust that is essential to successful relationship. Now, it is very, very important that that becomes a stronger relationship, right? So first is what? First is your time. Second is your what? Reliability. Now, what is the third word? You, right? You. So you understand for you understanding. The third key is in deepening the trusting relationship. So first is trust, second is reliability, and third is you, that is understanding, right? So understanding is what? The greater the understanding, the more likely it is that spouse will develop unconditional love, right? Because I understand you, the understanding between the couple is so strong, then you are not conditionally loving each other, right? There is bound to be unconditional love in this kind of relationship, isn't it? Right? So to enhance that unconditional love, वो हम देख चुके हैं कि trust is the main factor in enhancing the love. So unconditional love तो तभी आएगा जब हमारा trust factor strong होगा, right? And वो strong तभी होगा जब हमारी understanding अच्छी होगी. To the greater standing, the greater the understanding is, the more likely that couple will experience unconditional love. And many relationships suffer from what appears to be half-hearted attempt. हम attempt ही नहीं करते हैं. Half-hearted attempt in understanding and accepting different in each other. We are made differently, right? Our brain, male brain, female brain, अलग-अलग सोचता है. Let's accept that, right? वो कैसे सोच सकता है या कैसे सोच सकती है जो मैं सोच रहा हूं, right? मेरा point of view different हो सकता है, उसका point of view different हो सकता है. Let us accept that. And हम ये समझने की कोशिश ही नहीं करते हैं. We don't understand and we don't even make attempt to understand each other, right? और अगर हम attempt करते भी हैं तो half-hearted attempt करते हैं. We do half-hearted attempts, So it will not happen. You need to be fully giving, right, to understand each other, right? So many relationships suffer because of this thing only, right? Now, part of this is also understanding when relationship expectations are realistic. Unrealistic expectations ki maine baat ki thi shuru mein, if you remember. So part of this is also understanding when relationship expectations are realistic and when they are not unrealistic, right? Now, it is difficult to establish trust without understanding. Very simple. अगर अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं होगी आपस में तो हम ट्रस्ट लेवल को नहीं बढ़ा पाएंगे. So it's important to work on our understanding issues. एक दूसरे को पहले समझें. Time, reliability, understanding, right? So understanding, it is easier to walk away than to walk in someone else's shoes, right? In a relationship, let us understand each other, right? कि आप मेरी जगह आके तो देखो, I am able to convey this or not. Let us understand me, that in what situation I am, right? And vice versa, both male and female, both couples, right? Now, what is this? Trust, T for time. Then what was the next one? Reliability. And then understanding. Then comes fourth, S. S is for sacrifice. The fourth key is in developing a trusting relationship is sacrifice. अगर आपने ये इन सारी keys पे काम कर लिया, your relationship issues will go away. I guarantee you, right? Or whatever, whosoever is listening on social media channels, YouTube, right? The fourth key is developing a trusting relationship is sacrifice. Now, when a person exhibits behavior in which they sacrifice something for the good of the family or the relationship, trust level will develop. The level of degree of trust will be more, right? जब आप अपना ऐसा बिहेवियर करते हो जब आप कुछ sacrifice करते हो दूसरे के लिए, right? So it's a sign of a good relationship. Now, this can be a thought of as an opposite of selfishness in a relationship. You're not being selfish, right? If I'm sacrificing something in my relationship for the good of everyone or good for the relationship, that's not selfishness, right? So it is difficult because many people expect greater sacrifice from the ये बहुत बड़ा एक narrative है कि हम expect करते हैं कि दूसरा sacrifice करे relationship में, right? हमेशा wife ही क्यों करे? आप भी कर सकते हो, या हमेशा husband ही क्यों करे, right? So it is difficult because of that the level of trust goes down. Level of trust goes down और trust वो build ही नहीं होता है. और initial years of marriage में तो ये बहुत होता है, right? So इसके लिए आपको टाइम देना पड़ेगा अपने रिलेशनशिप को. ऐसा नहीं है कि आज you get into a relationship today and after 15 days, one day, एक महीना, 2 महीना, 3 महीना के बाद आपने सोचा कि no, it's not working out, let's get separated. It's happening these days. I'm very concerned about it as a coach or a trainer, right? Because we are not getting in the deeper down of the things. ऊपर superficially हम बहुत बात करते हैं, right? So it is difficult because many people unknowingly expect greater sacrifice from the दूसरे person से तो आप expect कर रहे हो, आप sacrifice नहीं करना चाहते हो, right? So it is both ways. Now, sacrifices of both partner must be balanced. I'm not saying that आप ही करो या आपका दूसरा partner करे, right? Sacrifice of both partner must be balanced and must be mutual in order to avoid any resentment later on, right? आपस में बात करके अंडरस्टैंडिंग इसीलिए बोला कि आपस में बात करके एक दूसरे को समझ के, राइट, लेट्स डू दैट काइंड ऑफ, अगर कुछ चीज छोड़नी पड़ रही है, अगर कुछ चीज अडॉप्ट करनी पड़ रही है, अगर कुछ नई चीज करनी पड़ रही है, सो आई विल डू इट फॉर यू, इजंट इट? आई विल सैक्रिफाइस दिस फॉर यू, इजंट इट? अगर किसी को लेट्स से यू आर अ स्मोकर, इफ यू उसको नहीं अच्छा लगता आपकी वाइफ को या आपकी पार्टनर को, आई विल डू इट फॉर, आपकी अपनी हेल्थ तो अच्छी होगी, आप सेक्रीफाइस कर रहे हो, लेट्स से दैट, जस्ट एन एग्जांपल, right? So sacrifices of both partners must be balanced and must be mutual in order to avoid any resentment of one partner towards the other. अदरवाइज बैलेंस नहीं होगा तो आपके दिल में रिजेंटमेंट रहेगी और वो फिर रिलेशनशिप स्ट्रांग नहीं हो पाएगा, ट्रस्ट लेवल नहीं बढ़ पाएगा. सो लेट अस सिट टुगेदर, understand each other, and then do certain sacrifices which is good for your relationship. Now, a healthy marriage is the product of two individuals each making sacrifices for each other to better the relationship. Not one. It's not one-way traffic. It's a two-way traffic, right? Now, it is helpful for partner to discuss with one another what their expectations are. मैंने शुरू में भी शायद ये शेयर किया था, what their expectations are, and let's be open about it. Open conversations. Let's be open about it. What the sacrifices are for each partner feels. वो क्या feel करता है, क्या feel करती है, right? And or he or she is making for the relationship or the family, right? That's why investing time with each other, right? It's helpful for partner to discuss with one another what their expectations are, right? And let's be open on the sacrifices each partner feels, right? So these are trust, reliability, third one, understanding, and then S for sacrifice, right? Now comes the next one, T. The fifth and the final key to develop a trusting relationship or marriage is a thankfulness, gratitude, thankfulness. Without it, I remember a couple of years back, I think Shabana ji is here. So मैंने पूरा सेशन किया था इस पे, gratitude in a relationship, isn't it? So the fifth and a final key to develop a trusting relationship or marriage is thankfulness. Unless and until you are not thankful in your relationship will not grow, trust level will not grow, or it will not happen. This means that recognizing and appreciating a partner's efforts, right? Every time appreciate partner's effort, right? As a spouse or partners grow in relationship, they should never be taken for granted. And what we do the opposite things, right? We take each other for granted. If we're taking each other for granted, the relationship is bound to get sore, isn't it? So as a spouse or partners grow in relationship, they should never be taken for granted. They should always be shown they are appreciated for their kindness, their concern and care, right? And so if somebody is thankful, and somebody is practicing thankfulness, gratitude, I am 100% sure their level of trust, your relationship issues will not be there, and it will not, you honge hi nahi wo. So people who are listening me, especially the younger generations who have started their relationship, right? They should focus into that as well. Doing so expresses to them that they are important. They are important. उनको एहसास कराओ कि आप important हो हमारे लिए, right? And their efforts are rewarded. Very, very important. Trusting one's heart to another demands, आप जब करोगे, आप respect करोगे, आप thankful होगे, आप gratitude होगे दूसरे person के लिए, it will come back to you. A normal person, a normal couple, right? If I am thankful to my wife or my partner or my husband, right? If my husband or my wife will do the same thing for me, isn't it? Likelihood, 100%, isn't it? So it is easier to continue to perform lovingly when your gestures are appreciated, right? Thankfulness matters because one will seldom continue to pour love into unappreciative person. Agar aap unappreciative hoge, you will not be able to feel grateful for whatever he or she doing for you or in the relationship, then it will start getting sore. So thankfulness will matter, gratitude will matter 100%, right? So trust, first key is time, second key is your reliability, third is your understanding, fourth key is your sacrifice, and fifth is your again T, which is thankfulness, right? So these are 5 keys. A lack of thankfulness can doom a relationship for sure. Now, the most important question of today is that whether the trust is to be earned or it's to be what? Is to be given. What do you feel? Is the trust to be earned or to be given in a relationship? What it should be? Anyone? I'm closing the sessions. Iske baad mein.
Earned. It should be
Earned. Very
earned.
good. Kuljit, one. Earned. Very good. So let us see that. When you have built a stable relationship on trust, you will both be free to be your authentic selves. Number one. Right? But trust must be earned, as rightly said, Kuljit. It takes time. It will take time. It will not automatically. It is a process, as said, right? And it cannot be demanded. It can be earned. The good news is, with effort, the trust can be built. Even if there have been issues with trust in your relationship, you can change and build a trusting and secure connection. 100%. The first step would be is recognize if you have any trust issues in your relationship. That is the first thing you need to identify, and then decide to build trust and improve your life relationship. Now, understanding what are the skills required? What are the skills required? What are the keys? जो अभी मैंने keys की बात करी है, तो क्या क्या इसमें आप understanding the necessary keys, जो अभी मैंने आपको 5 keys बताई हैं. Understanding the necessary keys of trust is important for couples to thrive and grow in their relationship. Marriage educators, relationship coaches can help couples create and build trust by encouraging them to spend time connecting with one another in meaningful ways. Right? There are a lot of tools available. और आज मैंने ये keys जो बताई हैं, इस पे भी आप काम कर सकते हो. One another in meaningful ways and understanding each other's needs. Couples should also be taught ways to communicate. Skill development की बात कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. Couples should also be taught ways to communicate, ways to compromise, respect, and appreciation of each other, right? And build these skills, so that your trust levels, your relationship gets strong and strong day by day. So a marriage in which each spouse can be trusted fully will provide dividends for the family for years to come, right? So that's it for me. If you like the session, just say either share it, unmute it, share in the chat box, whatever. Thank you so much for listening me. Any question, any sharing? You can do it fast in another couple of minutes and then we'll go.
Sandeep, can I?
Yeah, sure, Kuljit.
It was amazing, really amazing. And last, when you say to build the trust,
yes,
so yes. I work on the words also.
Yes.
So when we say build, so there is a struggle.
Yes.
Struggle in the mind, because I work on neuroscience. So when we say it is not that's how I am taking it. It's not building. It is it can be the way we can work on our own self-being.
Sure.
So it's not building, is towards the other people. So when I work on my way of being, it is automatically done.
Yeah, sure. You can take it that way as well, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because all the way when I say empathetic understanding,
right,
it solves everything.
Right.
The active listening gives me all the solutions.
Yes, of course. Listening is very important, very important, as I mentioned in my session, during my session as well. Right.
Yeah.
Very true. Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to share anything?
Sandeep, can I have your contact number?
Yeah, sure. You can. Can I give it right now?
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right. This is 98.
Can you put in the chat box?
I'll do that.
Where are you based?
I'm based out of Delhi.
I'm also in Delhi NCR.
Okay, good. I've shared my number. Right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, Shabana ji, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sandeep ji, for a wonderful session.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, anyone wants to share anything? Rajvin or Neelam ji or anyone else? Yeah.
Other than trust, right? Because you cannot tell everything to your parents. You can also you can tell whatever you want to your close friend.
Yes.
So other than trust is also communication is also
Yes, yes.
a vital
Vital part of it. Yeah,
vital.
absolutely. Communication is going to be the key as
And
well.
and not only that, bro, because communication with positive energy.
Right. There are a lot of,
Because
yes.
Ever since I came into Maven, talking a lot about energy and talking a lot about there's a recent peace platform also at night that we have established. Then we are talking about positive energy.
Right. Yes.
So I would like to say one statement here. Trust, positive energy, and communication is the vital tool for not only marriage but also friendship, also communication between two people.
Yes.
And so have a good day.
Sure. Thanks for sharing, Rajvin. Good thoughts. Good thoughts. Okay. So all the best. God bless everyone. Thank you so much, Shabana ji.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sandeep ji. Thank you, everyone. And